Good night. How everyone doing tonight? God is good and God is good all the time. My name is Irma J, a spiritual divine. I'm here to give you a word on tonight. And the topic gonna be the widow as Zarephath. She gonna be with Elijah. Now Elijah is a faithful prophet. He was in the times of helping everyone when everyone was like in drought. He always was helping in that time of need. And he always helped widows. This gonna be the second one he had. This gonna be the first one. And the second one it was the with the earl when she had to fear pay her bills and stuff. So he always good in helping out when it in drought is happening. So we gonna start off with First King chapter 17:7. And you're gonna start out with time later, um Brooks had dried up. They have no rain. So the Lord came to him. So at once to Zarephath. He told everybody to go to Zarephath. He commanded a widow in that place to supply food for them. Okay, so they had to go where she was at for food. But then down the line, she had to drive in her state, in her city, and she saved a little food and stuff because she didn't have no other food and didn't have no rain where she was at too. So time Elijah got there to meet her, he asked for some water. But he said, before you give me the water, he said, give me a piece of bread. So she had told him that she don't have but a handful of flour and a little oil in a jar. And she is getting sticks together to fix a meal for her and her son so they can die. So Elijah told her, don't be afraid, have faith, because she just willing to eat her last meal and just die because, they don't have no rain. I mean, so, yeah, they don't have no rain, no food. They don't have anything but the little stuff that she have in her house. So Elijah told them be afraid. He told her have faith. Now this woman had no faith at all. She thinking she gonna eat her last meal and die until this till Elijah had showed up and gonna show her how to have faith. So Elijah had told her fix them some cake and bread. Now remember, she just have a handful of flour and a little earth. So he said, not only just fix me a cake of bread, he said fix some for you and your son too. So she built enough faith up. She ain't asked no questions. She followed instructions and fixed the cake. She fixed the cake and bread. So Elijah told her that little flour, handful of flour you have, that little oil that you have, you will not run out. You will not run out because God will provide. Now, he told her, we will have food every day until God sends some rain. And that's how we have to be. When we struggling and we have a little something, I mean, that's all us, including myself. We might get scared and panic. What we going to eat the next day? What we going to eat 2-3 days from now? But we have to pray and we have to meditate on and we have to believe that God will provide. And when God God always tests your faith. Because you got faith and you just have a little something, but you making it stress and you not, he will provide. He will provide. And look how sometimes you might think it's a coincidence. Elijah just popped up. That's God doing. Sometimes you're struggling. You're always praying. God always answers your prayers. He sent that prophet over there. At the time of her need when she was about to eat her last meal. So we got to have faith. Okay, so after they had food every day, they had food every day until God sent the rain. But in the meantime, her son got sick. Her son started getting sick. So she started getting mad with Elijah. He said, you come over here. Would you come over here for my sin to kill my son? Now he ain't even caring about her and asked her worrying about her sin. He ain't know nothing about that until she said something. So he said no, because she said her son is sick. So the son had stopped breathing. The son stopped breathing. So Elijah went and prayed to God. and he prayed to God. 'Cause remember, God sent him over there. So he said, "Would you want to take this woman son away?" God said no. God said, take the staff, go over there and put it over his head. And Elijah did just what he said, and the child came back alive, and he put the son back in her arms. Because she had panicked just that quick. She thought Elijah had something to do with her son not breathing. So he said, the child is alive. He put the child in her hands. And so the woman, after she witnessed the miracle that Elijah did, the woman said, "Elijah, now I know that you are a man of God, and that the word of the Lord come from your mouth is the truth." Now she believed, because when he first got there, she ain't had no faith. So she started seeing all the miracles. She started eating every day. His God provide the food for them. And then her son stopped breathing, and then Elijah, prayed over, put the thing over and prayed on, and brought the child back to life. So she seen the miracles that this man had done. She said, "Now I see, now I know you is the man of God. You is the man of God, and everything come out your mouth is the truth." So sometimes you sometimes when you pray and you constantly pray, don't think God don't hear you. A lot of the time God will send somebody else. He will use somebody else to bless you. He will use somebody else to solve your problem. He always will send somebody over there at the nick of time to help you out. Now, this woman was at her last, and she was about to eat that last meal and die, because she figured God wasn't going to send no more rain. She figured she wasn't going to have no more food. Ain't nothing too impossible for God to do. He hear your prayers. He hear your prayers. Sometimes God tests your faith. Sometimes God tests your faith. And see, God already know when you're at your breaking point. That little boy eat her last meal, and guess what? Elijah pop up there at the nick of time. When she was out there picking and getting the sticks together, she was getting sticks together for her meal, to fix a meal. And see, God know when you about to give up. He know when you at your breaking point, and he will send somebody over there to help you. He will turn things around. He brought that man of God over there to her house. And not only she ate every day, the son got sick, and he wound up did a miracle on her son right in front of her face. So she know that's a man of God. That's a man of God. So we always got to respect most of these prophets out here and stuff like that, because a lot of them work from God. Not all of them. You got to be cautious. You can't just believe every preacher and every prophet. You got to have discernment to figure out which one is right, which one is good, wrong. So you always have to read the Bible. You always have to read the Bible. That Bible give you understanding. It give you understanding. Because most of these prophets work from God. God give them prophet signs for us. Here assignment. Looking with the Israelite had cried for 40 years, when it was with Dirty, when that man was beating them down and harassing them so bad. God sent somebody over there to help. He had Deborah to lay the plan out. He laid the plan out to Deborah, and he had Jada, to end the plan. So he always have people to solve your problem when you're going through something. Now they help God with Israel. So don't think, God don't hear your prayers, and don't think he ain't gonna hear you. Sometimes you gotta go through a little pain and suffering, before you get hurt, you heard. You got to go through something a little bit. It's all worth it. It's all worth it at the end. So I hope y'all enjoy this word. And remember, have faith. When you're struggling and you just have a little, you know, you have to remember, pray to God. And he'll stretch that little that you have. And you'll constantly be eating every day. Every time you look around, you'll have something to cook, and you'll be like, how you did it? How you did it? A lot of times you be overwhelmed with bills and stuff, but some kind of way it's getting paid. That's God doing. That's God, the grace of God doing it. He will always make a way out for you when there's no way. So remember, no matter what you have, God supply. God will provide. He will provide. Look at the animals. If God can provide for animals, He can provide for us. I hope y'all have a blessed night, and I see you in the next video.